Communication is an important skill no matter where you are in your career journey. Learning how to speak with finesse can serve you well as you look to progress. Welcome to Managing a Career, the podcast that helps you navigate the path to professional success. I'm your host, Lane Robinson. Each episode, we explore the ins and outs of taking charge of your career, from developing skills you need to succeed to building a network that can help you advance, and everything in between. Whether you're just starting out or a seasoned professional, I've got you covered. So sit back, relax, and get ready to take control of your career with Managing a Career. The other day, I saw a post on LinkedIn by Wes Kao, the co-founder of the Maven Learning platform. Her post was a synopsis of an issue of her newsletter that really resonated with me. The link will be in the show notes. It was on the topic of finesse and communications. You could also think of it as communicating like a leader. In Wes's article, there was a situation where a customer had asked about the limits of a software system. Several people were in a chat thread formulating a response. The first person offered a factual number based on the highest limit observed in the system. The second person clarified that limit with a lower number that had shown acceptable performance, plus a plan to increase the performance for a higher limit. The third person took the response from the second person and reframed it to have a less negative connotation, but still show the same results. Finesse is the ability to refine your message based on understanding the situation and the desired outcomes. It is the ability to use good judgment in delicate situations. None of the responses were wrong per se, but the first answer could have led to disappointment by the customer if they approached the technical limit and experienced those performance degradations. The second answer provided additional context around the limits, but may have caused the customer to look elsewhere for a solution that didn't have those limits. The final answer was more positive message and invited the customer to be optimistic about the solution being able to scale to meet their needs. For some, the ability to have finesse in their communications may come naturally, but for others, like any skill, you can improve your abilities with focus and practice. The more you practice, the easier it will be to know when to apply finesse, and the more likely it will come to you without consciously thinking about it. First, you need to recognize when situations require finesse to handle. As you start practicing, look for situations where the outcome is not well defined or where there are people involved that you don't regularly interact with. That isn't to say that other situations would not benefit from nuance and finesse, but when you are learning the skill, the situation with the most uncertainty will be the ones most obvious to you that using finesse will be appropriate to lead to a positive result. Once you have identified a situation to practice your skills, think about your desired outcome and what aspects have the least clarity. When you discuss them with others, pay attention to how other people react to what you say and how you say it. You aren't just looking for surface level reactions such as responding verbally, whether in agreement or to counter your points. Look at those micro reactions, such as that fleeting expression when your point hits home right before they recompose and make their point. These types of responses can give you clues as to how your approach has been received, such as whether it's too direct or needs more context, or whether it's too aggressive or too passive. As the interaction proceeds, make adjustments and pay attention to how that changes how your argument is being received. Finesse is not just about what you say and how you say it, but it's also about what you don't say. In episode 56, Presenting to Leaders, I talked about how my background in an analytical field lends itself to providing every detail because they all matter when solving technical problems. But when presenting to an executive, I had to focus on stripping my message down to only the most relevant bits. This is another part of exhibiting finesse in your communications. Understanding when to include and when to exclude information to direct the situation towards the outcome you're pushing for. This doesn't mean to lie through admission, that leads to losing trust. But understanding which details are important to your audience and which details are noise is part of framing your message for clarity. Because finesse is in large part driven by the people, there are no hard and fast rules about how to handle each situation. But what you can do is bring someone who has a better handle on how to apply finesse, such as person three from the example story. Have them observe your approach and provide feedback on how you can do better. You can also watch them when they are interacting with others and have a review session afterward where you can ask them about the different decisions they made on how to approach the conversation. Go read Wes's full article on finesse, which you can find linked in the show notes. There are additional insights and strategies that can help you perfect your finesse skills. Improving your communication skills will help you advance your career no matter what level you're at, and finesse is an important aspect of that. If you would like to be alerted when I release new content, go to managingacareer.com/follow for the various platforms where I can be found. Help me spread the word by sending that link to your friends and coworkers too. Taking control of your career is entirely up to you. No one else will do it for you. So don't be afraid to take the actions that will help you reach your professional goals. I hope this episode has provided you with valuable insights and advice. If you want to stay up to date with the podcast, be sure to subscribe in your podcast player of choice and visit managingacareer.com to submit show topics and link to our community. For Managing a Career, this has been your host, Lane Robinson. And remember, own your career and navigate the path to professional success.